Hi everyone. My presentation is going to cover student learning and the idea of blending teaching strategies for enhancing student engagement. So research has pointed to various learning strategies that each individual may have a preference for. The goal of any classroom is the promotion of student engagement, which is going to enhance learning. Through this presentation, I'm going to cover some of the theories and criticisms of those theories of learning types, and how we can use this research and current research to design curriculum that will increase student engagement with the material. This is the primary student learning type that we are going to discuss today in this presentation. The VAC model suggests that there are three primary forms of learning: visual, auditory, and kinesthetic or tactile. Additional research suggests that these styles can overlap, that there are additional learning types, and students can, by all means, learn through more than one type. For a quick overview of learning model types, we start with Walter Babb and colleagues, who started to develop the VAC model, that visual, auditory, kinesthetic model. Then in the 80s, David Kolb took this approach further and suggested that learning doesn't take place in individual types, that learning needs to come from a well-rounded area to enhance retention of the material. And finally, Niall Fleming took the VAC model a step further, suggesting a VARC model, adding an R. His idea was that visual learners have a preference for how they see. Some may prefer pictures and graphs, while others may prefer reading and writing, more language-based visual aids, the R's for reading and writing. These are only a few of the models that exist. Well over 71 models of learning types have been created. Some focus on interactions with others versus independent learning. Some focus on gender differences, race and cultural differences. Some focus on this VAC model and the neural pathways. Learning style and learning type research has been criticized by current neuroscience. Research has been disputing the idea that learning types exist, suggesting that it goes against all the current research on how the human brain is designed to work. The human brain works by interconnecting the senses to create one uniformed picture in the brain. So what do we do with these two conflicting theories of how students learn? We blend them. By combining the previous learning model theories and current neuroscience research, we can start designing curriculum that uses multiple modalities to increase student engagement and increase those interconnections that the brain is looking to make to learn. By recognizing that students do not learn in just one type and only trying to teach them by that one type, we open up the ability to teach them from several different modalities the same material and to increase their engagement with that material, and in the end, help increase the learning of the material. So by combining a variety of teaching methods to create one blended curriculum that will engage students and develop those connections, we can lead to a better learning environment. Curriculum needs to be designed with these three major components in mind when using the blended learning. It needs to have learning objectives, assessments, and instructional activities. And by designing curriculum with these components in mind, teachers can give students the traditional classroom lecture and reading approach, but they need to include activities that are instructional. This can be through observations and internships. It can be through hands-on practice in the classroom, and it can also be through videos. Technology is a really invaluable method for using this blended learning method. using videos and becoming more popular is virtual reality. Students can engage with the material through a virtual reality simulator. This is becoming interestingly important in human services material, including nursing, to help students practice before they get put into an internship environment. This is a short video from a nursing program's virtual reality trainer for an emergency room situation.
How would you like me to proceed?
Choose a location for the chest drain insertion site.
Choose a location for the chest drain insertion site. It was designed by Immersive Education, which has started designing virtual reality simulators for learning through experience. This is by no means a replacement for real-world experience, but can be used to engage students to use learned knowledge from the classroom in a real-time simulation. This will help develop competence. Research shows that students remain more interested when taught through a blended learning environment because it increases engagement with the material. Students have preferred learning styles. Some students do not like lectures. Some students do not like reading. Some students do. So by incorporating all of the styles in a blended curriculum, more students can be engaged with the material. And with technology, students can get rapid feedback from their work, which can be reviewed and help a student focus on what they need to focus more on outside of the classroom or through tutoring. Blended learning and incorporating more instructional activities helps students develop competence over the material. Developing competence is one of Chickering's vectors of student development. It has also been shown to be directly correlated with student success, meaning students that develop faster and more on the competence vector are more successful academically, but also after school in professions. This is an important vector to promote. Blended learning strategies is one way higher education can help stimulate students by engaging them and by helping them develop along these vectors. So some questions to consider. Do you feel that as a student, these blended learning curriculums will enhance engagement? And do you feel that for higher education institutions that this method of blended curriculum is feasible, considering class size, finances, resources, all of these things that come as part of the running of a higher education institution? And what are the drawbacks that you can see to using this sort of instructional activities and blended curriculum for the teachers and students? And here are my references. Thank you for watching.